Alright. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back. Um, 2.5 years have brought us to this point. Um, so, November 2018, we started Curse of Strahd. And the journey has unfolded to this point where our party has saved the world and Waterdeep.
Many
Um,
times.
yeah, 2 months for me. If you're, um, and I had a startup, and it's just all right.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, 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 you're good.
2 years.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, nothing.
Oh. Within 24 hours of each other, you guys stopped the death curse ravaging the multiverse, returned home to Waterdeep, and found it besieged, and swiftly dealt with that problem, only to uncover a rather deep conspiracy that a shadow organization has been trailing y'all's every move. Um, as everything settles, life begins to return to normal for Waterdeep. As the days give way to weeks, as you all settle into a new routine of life. Um, Not as routinely dangerous, but different forms of challenges as you all become accustomed. Um, you all do notice that you kind of lose touch with Silrin, Reed, and Leo for a while as they sort of disappear. And you have a hard time keeping up with them as you're busy yourself. Y'all check in via magic and whatnot. Yeah. um, so, what's. We'll go with the order y'all are on screen. What's some of the stuff that Owen does in the weeks to keep busy?
The biggest thing Owen would be doing would be to reestablish his blacksmithing shop, outfit the city guard with the weapons that they may need to help prevent future issues like this. Um, he would eventually get married to Bonnie. Um, he would use his sending stone to contact Neelor to see if anyone would be willing to go help out that dwarf that we had promised the forge help with. Um, but that's the big thing is he would just run his blacksmith shop and live a nice long life, hopefully. Maybe have a kid or two.
All right. And Simon?
Uh, how much do I say? Um, so Simon's gonna go back home. Just check on family, make sure everything's all good with them, see how they're doing. He's then gonna speak to his master about some of the events that happened. Depending on how that conversation goes, depends on what he'll do next. But in the long run, he's just going to continue his studies in magic and try and reach his ultimate goal is to try and follow in the footsteps of Azuth and try and reach divinity. It's a lofty one, but he's got a long life. He also sets up a collection of clones so that he can basically never die or never. Yeah, he'll just keep coming back. And he's also going to write a book. I forget what I called it. Simon's Guide to Traveling, and this would be the story about his adventures in the year that he spent like going all over the place. And it'll be about the different planes, the dangers there, the people he met, all this kind of stuff. And there'll be a couple passages in there about the people that the party event, sort of thanking them for their help. Yeah, that's about it, really.
All right. Onyx.
Onyx would rebuild the Xanathar and talk to the and not sorry make some connection with the higher ups in the Waterdeep noble in the Waterdeep nobilities, and Onyx would also try to find Jalaxel to see if he can hire him to help him with pretty much starting up the spy ring that Onyx wants to start up in as part of the Xanathars. What else would Onyx be doing? Oh, he would also be spending like some of his free time just reading books about nature and life and just stuff whenever he gets a free time, but he probably doesn't because he's just busy running the Xanathars. And Sid would probably just be hanging around Bill saying like, hey, let's go on an adventure again. Yeah, I didn't really think much about Sid. He just likes to go on adventures.
Luckily for you, Phil's got a ton of adventures she's got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Vil, first and foremost, Reed, Sid, and Vil, and possibly Silverin if he wanted to come, we're going back to Barovia because Vil needs to formally talk to Irina about feelings. And really what she'd be trying to do is ask if they could like work out some sort of like long distance relationship because they haven't like actually talked in a long time. And Bill still definitely has feelings, but she wants it to be right. And so she tried to like take it slow, and she still has. She will formally accept the position as the Black Staff and like work to rebuild the city and everything. But yeah, so that's kind of the main thing initially. She also still has to return the Stone of Galore to like the person it wants to be with. And she's got to start figuring out what's going on with that shadow organization. And all these agents and people in Schultz, and finally follow up with Corin and get him to tell her on the pain of death or whatever what's going on. That's kind of the main stuff, like, initially.
All right. Along with the very popular Simon's Guide to Traveling, there is also the publication of a fiction that has a lot of detail to the y'all's event called The Beacon of Souls. It is very narrative-driven, heroes of the world journey through the past, the Tomb of Annihilation story. And let's see. A number of nonprofit eateries begin to open across Waterdeep. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything on these.
Non-profit eateries.
Yes.
That sounds like something to keep Reed in check.
Um, yes, we will do that. Go right ahead. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, there's a growing coalition that Reed helms with the various farmers and market officials of the city to continue providing resources for the people of the city. And then he too begins to join y'all in travels. You ready?
Yeah.
Who wrote the book?
Oh, yeah, Leo wrote the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Vronk will officially change his name to Vrank after being called that by pretty much everybody. He will also create multiple demiplanes that interconnect, and he'll start cloning himself as well. He will live as long as he can, learning everything that he can about everything from everyone. And if he lives long enough, he would eventually hope to replace Niv Mizzet as the head of that guild in Ravnica.
Very nice. One event that most of you would be completely unaware of that does take place probably 3 to 4 weeks after the liberation of Waterdeep. Quran is attacked in the middle of the night by a bombardment of spells, to which he narrowly escapes through a daring encounter with echoes blinking in and out to save his life. Lands multiple blows against the Archlich Sararak, dealing virtually no damage in frustration as he fights desperately to stay alive. And then Sararak stands before him, feeling victorious, as all the wounds start to appear on him, and he starts to crumble into dust. And we flash multiverses away as 7 identical Fidelkin stand around a crumbled phylactery. Because Frank figured out where it was at.
Huh.
Ooh, no longer have to deal with that anymore.
Yes, Frank!
Fair enough.
And if anybody could 1v1 a lich, it would probably be Koran.
For sure.
TM, that book, it would have Vronk in there as well, right? Well, Frank.
What book?
The book that we found last time with everybody's information.
Yes.
What would it have said about Frank?
Probably would have listed him as a relative unknown. There would have been requests for gaining information on more of the time-based magic for the sake of the organization. And given your line of work, it would not be unusual for you to have commonplace people trying to learn from you. Any detailed diggings would lead them back to that shadow organization if you ever had any contact with the party, which I assumed he would, to know that organization was in existence.
He did give Vil an open invitation and the summoning circle.
Mm-hmm. Sure, got anything? Leo would work up the courage to tell his dad that he doesn't want to follow family tradition, and he wants to explore the world and write books about it to inspire others like he was inspired to go out and see the world.
He would do it invisibly and under a box, though.
I got most of it there.
I mean, if you can work up the courage to tell his dad what he really wants to do, then I'm sure he can work up the courage to face the world.
Yeah. I believe in Leo. I
Telling your
trust
dad
him
you don't want to be what he wants you to be is quite a challenge.
especially in that day and age.
Yeah. To be able to overcome that. A scary monster or two isn't much of a problem.
And Leo doesn't have to worry about those guys, because Onyx will be there.
Does Leo ever go back for his dinosaurs?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, thank God.
Without a doubt.
I would have been heartbroken if he didn't.
And Monkey? Did he leave the monkey there, or is the monkey still with us?
The
No,
monkeys.
Sid, he brought Sid with us.
Sid never left the side. Well, he was during the battle. He hung out in the mansion, but yeah, the other Sid was with y'all. So, Vil, as you return to Barovia, the place is so much more different than you remember. There is no lingering mist. The place seems to be advancing, with Irina having been appointed leader. I don't know what. I mean, they would have announced her. Is it Burgomeister is the title, I believe, of Barovia. And she has unified the valley.
Ooh, she became the new burgomaster.
Proud of her.
Are they flame grilled? Or are they frozen grilled?
No, I think it's one of them lab-grown meats.
Where
She's-
is Irina living?
In Valaki.
The castle?
They have all but condemned the castle and locked it away. They have various teams working on renovating and cleaning the place up for an eventual for the eventual moving in to claim the place as a palace more than a decrepit castle.
Sid would still say, like, I wouldn't live in that, even if they did tear it down and rebuild it new. That place is tainted.
That is some cursed ground.
I mean, still on they would have hallowed it, or just followed it.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
Like what they always
Would have
say,
made it holy. It would have holified it.
bless it.
Less ground, that's it. Hallowed ground is the opposite, isn't it? Hallowed is like bad.
I think so.
No, I'm not sure.
Where's our religious land?
Unless you're talking about the spell hollow.
I'll say making it hollow ground is like it's supposed to be holy. I think.
Is it?
If you think to Hocus Pocus, they can't step on hallowed ground.
True.
That's what my base is off of, a Disney movie. Just saying.
It's where we all learn our witchcraft from.
I mean, a warlock spell? No, it's a cleric spell.
Yes.
Hollow?
Oh,
So yeah, hallowed ground is holy.
in D&D, is it desecrated ground that's the evil one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So hallowed is holy or consecrated, sacred, revered.
But Irina is overcome with joy to see you.
Hi, it's been a while. I got your note. She takes out the, like, very crumpled, it's, like, tear-stained paper. It's hardly readable at this point, probably. Oh, she would also come back with Bismarck, obviously.
Yes. I assume that was the case.
No, we'll just leave him there.
Is Marquis in Waterdeep?
Yeah.
You're in trouble with the police.
Do you want to, like, roleplay it or just sort of, like, brush over it?
That's up to you. We can brush over if you want, or...
We can briefly roleplay it. That's fine.
Yeah, there's this soft smile that passed over her face at the recognition of the letter, and she reaches over and grabs your hand.
Oh gosh, we have a lot to talk about.
Before Bill saying more, Sid will come up and hug them both. Be like, I missed this.
Get Reed in here, make it a group
Yeah,
hug.
Reed would absolutely.
Silver, you're coming too.
Yep.
Reed and Silren are there. And as you guys are embracing in this group hug, Thark approaches.
Poggers. I can't do his voice, it's gone.
It's gone. Lost to time.
Yeah, I don't know where to start.
You're still here.
See, like I said, all we have to do was just bury him, and he'll sprout right back up.
He is actually a lot smaller. He's nowhere near as big as he was.
Maybe
He's not like a child, but he's like because he used to be like what 7 or 8 feet or something.
7 foot, I think.
Yeah, he was big. But he's probably somewhere in the miles of like 5-ish feet at this point.
Yeah.
He's a lot less bulky.
Probably needs a little bit more fertilizer.
I still have your puzzle cube, and she'll give him back his puzzle cube, I guess.
Thank you.
Do you also?
I forgot
You
all
also
about
want
that
your
cube.
whip back? I've been carrying it as a keepsake.
No, it's okay.
I'll just keep it. I'm glad you're back, buddy. As Sid gives Stark a hug as well.
Thank you.
Yes, that's right. Sid's a tree hugger.
Oh, he's also got a very short arm.
Like, how short?
It's kind of like the Boy. It's
What?
like it's more of like a branch or like some roots growing out.
Oh,
It's not an actual arm. It's the same arm that Silron had.
Oh.
Do you remember Silron had a root arm?
Yep.
A wooden arm. Basically, Thar took his off and gave it to someone.
You might not recognize me because of the red arm.
Yeah.
But Irina goes, are you all here to stay?
no, that's part of what I want to talk about. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm not exactly head of a city back where we all went, but I kind of left the library after a bit. and we went on a whole new adventure, and there was a lot. Um, but I kind of have some responsibility to that city now. So I at least won't be able to stay for very long. What about the rest of you?
Well, I'm just here with. Oh, wait, no, you're talking to Irene. My bad.
Well, no, she was talking to like Thark and Thorin and Reed, and they can't answer right now, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what it saying is like, I'm here because you're here, Bill, and because Irene is here. But I don't really think that you should be the Black Staff. Like, you, what do you owe Waterdeep? Like, we could just find a new Black Staff, but I already complained about this enough.
I know, Sid. I want to get the city back on its feet again, and after that, I'll consider passing it off to someone.
Because I'm just saying, we could, I heard that there's these other planes that have weird things in it, and I want to check it out.
We'll add it on our to-do list.
Fuck
Yeah.
is, are you guys going on an adventure?
I guess we are now.
Can I come?
Sure, it's been a while. Love to have you back.
Yeah.
Got the whole band back together, yeah. I'm gonna go get some meat pies.
No.
Hi.
But Irina, this is something, this is kind of part of the reason I came here to ask. So I'm still going to be probably going, like, in and out. I can't stay here in Barovia, is what I'm trying to say. And I know you have, like, your own responsibilities to everyone, and you're doing amazing things. The land is really looking great, and I'm loving what you're doing with it. So would you be willing to, like, try, like, sort of a long distance thing? I can still, come back basically whenever I want for a while, but
Well,
would you be okay with that?
maybe we can set you up one of those circles of yours a little closer, so we don't have to head up into the mountains. You're always welcome here.
Thank you.
Holiday home.
And by the way, we're having that temple condemned.
That's probably for the best.
So
Sid is like actually happy about that. He's like, yeah, that place fucking sucked. Seriously, the moment we went in there, that was terrible. All of you just all of a sudden just did a 180 with your personalities. It was awful. Don't touch weird magical stuff, kids.
oh, the Amber Temple.
Don't touch anything immediately. Touch the stuff. Well, I guess, Dorn, I guess I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, what is Doran up to?
I don't know. He would probably be working as some kind of guard for the for Barovia. He grew up here, so Barovia is his place, kind of deal. But he's not much of like a Care Bear kind of deal. He's kind of like a Lone Ranger kind of guy. And he's pretty old anyway. He's not the youngest of chaps in the world, so he'd probably take a position on the guard or something if it was available. Train some younger chaps.
All right. And by the way, Barovia, when you guys severed the dark power connection, is actually a part of the Sword Coast now. It merged into the material plane.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Is there actually an actual location for it?
It's listed as a demiplane.
So, like, as per like law, it doesn't.
Yeah,
ever sort of merge.
yeah. As far as I know, as lore, it is tethered to whatever plane of existence you're using to set your campaign, whether it be Prime or Ebon Hawk or any of the others.
But it's always the demo plane. It
Yeah.
never.
I believe there is something. I think it's 2E lore that said that it was at some point a part of. I'm trying to think of the.
Yeah.
It was at one
'Cause
point.
I-
Yeah, it was at one point a part of Prime material until
Yeah,
it
'cause
was
I always
punished
assumed-
and separated.
Yeah, I always assumed it was like the Dark Gods that separated it.
Yeah. And I can't remember if 5E carried that over or not.
I would just win it.
Yeah. No big deal.
Yeah, the
Show
spell
world.
plague, the spell plague did a lot of things to D&D and
Oh,
the
yeah.
world and their
Yeah.
world.
All right. So, some more time passes as you guys establish a connection between Barovia and Waterdeep. And the party is back together again. If you guys want to reach out to any of the others, as Vil helms an expedition back to Cholt.
Two drop.
We are finding this agent and getting information.
Which agent?
The one that she got some of the papers on from in the group. I forget
The
what
one
her
that had
name
even more redacted information than Corin.
Yes.
was. Yes.
Sounds like a great plan.
Well, Corin, she doesn't know where he could be at all.
And he's scary.
No, he's not.
Vil is not afraid of him. Vil is just mad at him. Did I write down her name? Kiln.
Kiln. That's
That
it.
was their name.
I was going back through trying to find it. I knew it started with a K and I couldn't find it.
Yep. Kiln in Jahaka Bay. It's in the game info channel.
Oh, okay. All right. Whoever is joining, and you guys arrive at Jahaka Bay. Actually, yeah, we're still in this place.
There's still the map for it?
Oh,
Yeah, we're still on the Tomb of Annihilation.
yeah, we're still in the Tomb of Annihilation game.
Oh, look at all of that area that we never explored.
Mm-hmm.
This map takes forever to load.
We were too busy. Vil was
Okay, good.
dying.
I thought it was just me.
Look, once,
No, this map is
look, once you
huge.
finish the game, we can just go back to a safe point and just explore the map.
You're absolutely right.
We'll open up the cheat commands and just unlock all the fast travel points. And just hop, skip, and jump about. Yeah.
Oh, but that's not as fun.
You want to go through every hexagon. That one,
Yeah.
that one, that one, that one, that one, that one.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like fast travel killed some games.
Yeah,
All right, on the west side of the map, you will find Jahaka Bay. As you guys approach, let's see if I can find the game's actual
Did Neeler
description.
ever reply to me about the dwarf?
Yes, he will have sent some agents to look into it, as he put it.
Okay.
Alright. This is a large cove, has been naturally carved into this mountainscape here. You come in through the bay, and there's what looks like a inverted ship has been converted into a building. As you all approach, the lingering smell of death hangs in the air. And as you begin to search around, there are a lot of dead here. It's been weeks. You can tell that this is not recent.
What kind, like, what people are dead? Is it like the kobolds or?
As you look through it, they all seem to be of a pirate nature. Is Onyx with the party?
Oh yeah, Onyx would, if Bill would ask Onyx for assistance, he would go.
Yeah, for sure. If they can't find anything here, she would work on using his spy network to get more information. So she'd definitely want him involved.
Onyx, you find the headless body of Gona.
That's not good.
This is
That's
Gohan.
Onyx's dad, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good old Gohan.
I mean, yeah, that's not good. Someone killed my dad.
How would they even do that? Is there
I
any
mean,
more? Is there like your siblings here too?
yeah, I start looking around for that. Even start looking closely at the ground, see if there's any like dust.
You do end up finding the body of Emerald, but none of the others.
I check both of their bodies, see if they have anything. See if they have anything of value.
A few
Oh,
odds
oh.
and ends. What?
Oh, I also check like my tattoo. Like, is it still there, or or just look at it and just like, because he's dead now.
Yeah. The image has faded and it almost looks like a old scar.
That's that's one thing that's good. But I think I need to go to the Earth Elemental Plane soon, or pretty much go back home.
What does your father's death mean for you, Onyx?
It means a lot of things. It means that his powers are disappearing. So any miners that were stuck in the mines are probably going to be crushed to death soon. Those that are under his power are under his powerful control, under his control because they're too powerful to be let loose, are now let loose. There's going to be definitely a power vacuum between anybody who wants his power. So, oh, and and everybody else, just Emerald is here. So I don't know where my other siblings are. So I don't know if they're in danger or if they're all right. I don't know. Just it means a lot. It means a lot right now.
Yeah, that sounds like something you need to take care of ASAP. Do you have any quick way of getting home, I guess?
Maybe there was
Are
that
you
one graveyard in Waterdeep.
are you gonna be okay with him gone? I know he created you, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll just find a different way to fix my situation.
Okay, if you're sure. And if there's anything you need from me or any of us, I'm sure we'd be happy to help.
Do you have a way to open the gate to the Earth Elemental Plane? Or contact Ruby or Topaz or Diamond? If you can, it's okay. I'm pretty sure there's someone in Waterdeep who can.
Sending work?
Sending should work.
I could pretend she enabled that for this random day. Yeah, she'd probably contact Ruby then, tell them, they found Emerald and, their dad, ask where they are, what's going on, essentially.
All right. They respond, shit. Do you know who did it?
She's doomed.
Well, we came here. Actually, I can't respond.
And they know that. And let's say I've returned to Thay, wrapping up some business. Think it's about time for me to disappear.
You would help us to Onyx.
Well, that's a good thing that Ruby's okay.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I want to search a little bit more, see if I can find like any evidence of like who could have done this or like where they could have gone or what they were looking for. Do I need to do an investigation roll or something?
What was it?
I will search around a bit more to look for like any like see like if they're looking for anything or like where they might have gone or.
Okay. Yeah, make an investigation check.
Owen wants to see if there's a +2 or +3 pepper box.
You as well.
Hasn't made one already.
Ooh, that's a 12.
Oh, that went
Nice.
to
You're
you,
still whispered,
Beverly.
but
Yeah, it's a 29 though.
it's 29.
That would also be a look good.
All right.
Nice. Bill.
Wow.
They're great, I found out.
We'll start with Onyx. The thing that strikes you as odd is your father's whip is still at his hip.
I will take that.
Owen, you do in fact find an engraved pepperbox design that is modified with runes around the barrel. +3.
Can we level to 20 and go kill some stuff, guys?
I mean, we are in Chult. Just step outside. There should be some zombies.
Right?
Maybe someday we can do like a one-shot adventure. Level 20 characters.
Ooh, actually, that would be pretty good. I got an idea. We could do that.
I am very mad at myself. I never gave myself the +1 from the previous pepper box I had found.
Oops.
So many misses that could have been hits if you only had that +1.
Potentially.
Thark's talking to trees.
Once we're done searching everything, Owen will say that his house isn't too, his family's farm or land, I should say, isn't too far from here. I need to go home. If only briefly.
We'll come with you. I don't trust Chult.
All right, Vil, it's very subtle, but a lot of the bodies that you were checking do have fire damage, including that of Gona. It's barely noticeable on Gona because Gona is not very affected by fire, but he did have some burn damage.
Does it look like magical or does it look more like an explosion?
It looks more of a with your 31. It looks more like a magically enchanted weapon attack.
It looks like a Quran attack.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Goddamn Kron.
God damn it, Quran indeed.
Hang on just a second. All right. The okay. Yeah. So, trying to remember where we had your family's camp at. I don't remember. I want to say it was the Aldani Basin. Oh, hang on. Let me switch over to the good map. And by the way, if y'all are interested in TOA, and you ever get a chance to run it again, it runs entirely different however you run it because there's so much to it.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, because y'all didn't do anything even remotely close to the Aldani Basin, and there's a lot.
Hell, we didn't
Really?
even come across the Flaming Fist.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the Flaming Fist is in Chol. We're supposed to actually get a charter before we're even allowed to explore the jungle.
Oh,
Yeah, we skipped a lot.
Yeah,
just kind of left.
yeah. There's a lot of setup that's supposed to make it more or less politically difficult for y'all to travel, but given y'all's already established party, I skated over that.
Okay. Oh, we never went back and got the golem in the forest.
I mean, we're in Chol now. Might as well finish up the last of the quests.
No, we're too busy right now.
Yep.
Oh, you're right.
Owen, your family's home is abandoned.
I'll go through checking all the little peepholes, everything. Does it look like they were killed here, or did they just pick up and leave?
It cursory glance, it seems as if they picked up and left.
Okay. Do I find the deed to the house?
Yes.
I'll take it with me.
Oh, they left the deed.
Yeah,
My mother's not one to think of things like that.
Yeah, we'll say it's somewhere in this general area.
Where was that? I'm sorry, I had my screen up.
Oh, right about here-ish.
Okay.
That would give them access to the river to get to Jahaka, where they were dealing with Gona.
Sounds good. So after that, the next time we decide to sleep in the mansion, I am going to get everyone together and say that I've been talking with Neeler. He's not what I thought he was.
What does that mean?
I thought he was helping the Xanathar with taking over the city, etc., etc., etc. Recent events have led me to believe that he is one of the leaders of this organization that's been watching us, and they are trying to keep a balance in the world. They killed my father. They killed your father, as I look at Onyx. Neeler has confirmed this with me, and I have no reason to believe that he is lying to me. Those of us in the book that are not written as agents or written as dangerous or hostile or volatile, is because we can't be. Well, for me, I was rash and I would jump to anger and violence quickly. I think that's why he set Bonnie in the trap in the chair and used an illusion of him thinking I would make the wrong decision, trying to test me. So I believe Quran is actually good and is helping to maintain the balance of the world.
But
He said to me that if we wish to be off of his list, to retire, which I plan on doing.
they were on the side of the people who were trying to take over Waterdeep.
Apparently, he was helping behind the scenes to take down the Xanathar because I asked him the same exact question. And his exact response to me was something along the lines, and Owen remember this perfectly, something about getting rid of that aberration and doing humanity a favor, something like that. But Owen would say it exactly how it was. I don't feel like going through the chat log. Oh wait, actually, it might be right here.
I don't think it was that far back.
I'm reckless instead of evil. His exact words were that he had devoted his life to undermining the evil that plagued the Waterdeep, and he took his opportunity to assist in the elimination of that abomination.
You think you know somebody?
And like I said, I have no reason. I'm usually good at judging a person's character, or it's a little different because he's not a person, but it did not seem like he was being dishonest with me. If you wish, and I'll hand out the sending stone, you may talk to him if you want.
I can't speak for Nylor because I don't know him that well, but I cannot believe the overarching organization is neutral in that sense, because when Koran showed up in the room, he seemed very much to be fighting us as opposed to be trying to depose of the people who are trying to take over Waterdeep.
I can't speak for Quran, and I'll hand Vil the sending stone. You may talk to Neeler if you wish. Maybe he can answer some of your questions.
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
I will want that back eventually.
In that case, keep it for now, and if I have any questions, I'll send them to you.
Very well.
Their organization is. You said that they're an organization that, or Khan and Nyla, are part of an organization that is trying to undermine evil and keep balance in the world.
Seems that way. At least that's what I've gathered from it. And like I said, his organization is the one that killed your father. Neither told me he did what we were unwilling to do. He was a slave and a monster, and we let him walk the streets of Waterdeep.
Organizations like that are dangerous. They believe that what they're doing is right, without really looking at the bigger picture. Or even though they have this much information, you would think they will look at the bigger picture. But
All I can say is the world's better off with my father gone.
I mean, I can say the same, but I just wanted to do it differently. One where others didn't have to get hurt or didn't cause a bigger mess. But if this is their definition of peace. Do you guys think they're a threat?
Again,
Anyone can potentially be a threat.
I cannot believe any organization that would side with someone who's trying to forcibly take over a city can be a good one.
Have you had a chance to ask around what he was doing there yet?
Not yet. It's probably the thing next on my list, and now that seems he had a hand in what's going on here, it's any more reason.
That may give you the reason you're looking for then.
While all this is going down, Thark's talking to the trees, and he's like, "Over here, okay." And then waddles into some mud, some like soggy mud stuff. Sticks his feet in the ground. He goes, "Oh yeah," and just stands there quietly.
Sid look at Thark and is like, "Is that some good mud, buddy?"
It's good.
Sid will walk over and like dig his feet in the ground too, and it's like, "Yeah, this is some pretty good mud."
Bill, where did you meet those two?
I met them way before I met you guys. I met them in Barovia, actually. Yeah, we were kind of all pushed together. Like none of us knew each other before we arrived, but once we got there, we kind of had to make friends and survive. So they're kind of they're the closest people I know.
Well, they seem like good people.
They can be odd sometimes, but their heart's in the right place. Looks at Reed.
Who is eating something that was living.
Look, this troll is actually okay that he eats anything here.
He could drink the water and be fine.
I mean, so can Sid, but that's just because he's a monk.
That does not count.
So I can thought, but he's a tree, so I mean. If we're standing here for any length of time, Thark's arm might get a tiny bit longer.
Yeah. The Aldani Basin is very nutrient rich. Would actually help you with growth.
Exactly. He's found some good mud. Got some stuff, and he's like, yeah.
This is the fertilizer Sid was talking about.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else y'all do before returning to Waterdeep?
No, Phil's got to do some research on finding Corin.
All right. Again, time passes as you grow increasingly more frustrated at the inability to track Corin.
What about my guys? They can't find them either?
Nothing.
Ugh.
God.
Have you tried scrying on him?
Mhm.
So, okay, so that's what Vil would do, is she would be scrying all the time, and so I was about to make a joke before Xylo hopped in that he just keeps saving on the wisdom save every time.
You have made attempts at magically divining his location and still turn up nothing.
Does he not talk to you when you try to send him a message?
Nope.
He's trying real hard not to be found.
You all receive news several months later that Saz Tam, former head of the Red Robes of Thay, a very powerful lich and politician, was assassinated.
Let me guess, Ruby's the new leader.
Yes, they are. They are among the leaders. They voted on a coalition council rather than one leader, and Ruby is among the panel.
Nice.
Good for them.
How does the talk with Simon's mentor go?
Yes. So as you find your mentor, they ask you how goes the teleportation curse.
Solved.
Excellent.
Yep, I met a god.
I read your book.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I met a god, Zeus. So I've got questions. I met a chap who seems to be working for a organization or group or god or something, who kind of are like hitmen and women. They go around and just killing things that need to be killed. Apparently you're involved in some capacity.
When needed. I mean, inadvertently you were.
Yeah, it wasn't really my choice. Kind of, that's why I kind of want to get some information right now so I could figure out if I want to be involved or not. If it's something that I want to stay clear of.
My research into it suggests they're on the right side. I mean, methods are questionable.
Exactly.
Definitely some interesting folks. There's this Illithid that gives me the creeps.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name?
Neilor? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't so much have. I personally didn't have so much of a run-in, but there was a thing going on with him. I spoke to a flump. Apparently worked for him. That was interesting.
A flip that talks.
Yeah, it was interesting. Well, talk. Talk is a strong word. There's a lot of colours and word sending.
You wrote a whole book and left out that you met a flimp that talked.
Did I miss that bit?
I don't remember it in the book.
Maybe there'll be a number 2. All about flumps. But yeah, so in what kind of capacity do you work with them? Because you're not an assassin.
Oh no assassin. Connections, transportation.
Okay. I mean, that
Go,
sounds pretty
go
fair.
between, I reckon.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not big on the whole assassin thing. But I guess I don't have any reason to completely deny them.
And why do the killing when there are others out there more than willing to do it for you?
Yeah. Apparently, I'm trusted with the question mark.
Interesting.
Yeah. Apparently, an agent is going to contact me at some point.
Do you think you've been contacted?
What? I mean, possibly. The guy I met, but he was sort of like had other tasks. It wasn't like an interview or anything.
They didn't try to recruit?
Didn't try to. No. Not
You
really.
didn't do any...
I may have done some work with them a little bit, but nothing major.
Interesting.
It was more of a correcting a mistake I made.
Ah,
A hit.
understandable.
But anyway, so Azuth, how do I become?
How do you become?
Yeah.
Well, there are ways to attain divinity.
That is the lifelong goal, or the many lives long goal.
There's collected research available.
Yes, please. I shall now study for many years.
Well, there's any other way I can help. I know some people.
Well, I mean, I'll be around to ask you questions about different things. You know a vast amount more than I do about worlds of the magic. Suppose I could probably ask Azuth from here and there.
And you notice as they crack a smile and sort of gesture, Simon, god of magic.
What? Exactly.
Has a ring to it.
It does. Maybe not magic. Maybe something else. Magic's quite a broad thing. Maybe a specific bit. I don't know. I'll have to work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright,
Just
back to books.
roll it around with the brainstorm.
Yeah, I'll get Mistra to appoint me or something.
They pull a key out, hand it to you. Back room of the library is kept locked for a reason. Have fun.
Restricted access. Let me get my cloak invisibility.
Just don't bring a lantern; it'll give you away.
Yep, that's sort of Simon's thing.
There's a book from Frank on there on how to clone yourself a million times.
He's already done that. Simon's been saving up.
There is stuff in there. You do actually. An interesting thing you find is a book on the history of Blackstaff. It details the forming of the staff, and part of its magic would be it has an ability that transcends life and death. So there was definitely some research into it as a connection to divinity.
I'm gonna make notes on that. Like, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna remember most of it, but I'll have like key points that I wanna to remind myself of, just in case it ever comes up in conversation. It'll surprise you. forged in the fire of Mount Doom.
All right. Anybody else got anything?
Onyx, he would try and contact Ruby and see if she knows anything about like Diamond or Topaz, or if she has a way to get back to the Earth Elemental Plane.
Yeah, I can get you to the Earth plane.
Have you been back there since Dad died?
Oh no, of course not.
I don't blame you. Either it's a shit show or someone has already taken over and, you know.
I believe our sisters may have gone. I've not heard word. Kind of seems like something they would have done.
Well, I at least want to make sure, you know.
Yep.
Oh, also, how does it feel to be a leader of? Yeah, how does it feel to be the leader of their organization? At least co-leader.
You know, with all the stories and all the talks, I did not realize how fucking boring politics would be.
Yes, it's a lot of hurrying up to wait, and people not really doing what you want them to, and trying to fuck you over.
That so much backstabbing.
You don't know who to trust.
I don't trust any of them. That's for sure.
Eh, That's why. I can barely trust my treasurer, and I already pay him like a shit ton. But he's the guy who handles my money, so
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with the money.
oh, lucky you. What do you normally have to deal with?
Keeping the army alive. You see, like, there's this like questioning tone to the word alive. Alive is not a good word to describe zombies, is it?
No, but keeping the bodies upright,
Yeah,
collected,
exactly.
standing, not falling apart.
A lot of defense because Thay's sort of made a name for itself, so we're trying to keep the borders tight and try to get away from the whole conquest thing.
Oh, well, that's probably not going to go away for a while,
No, probably not.
and that's going to be an even bigger headache trying to make any sorts of deals.
But we've got some history with some folks that Waterdeep trying to make some amends.
Oh, perfect. If you need any help in Waterdeep, I'm your man.
Good to know. They pull a tuning fork out of their robe. Ready for a trip?
Always.
Just you, or you got anybody coming with you?
I just want to see what's going on over there. I don't. So yeah, just me for now, and I'll be back as soon as I can.
They strike the tuning fork on a ring on their hand and then point it at you, and you disappear, reappearing in the elemental plane of Earth.
Then I try and make my way back to Gona's place, my home.
I've actually never read up on the Earth plane. I've never ran anything Earth plane.
No, sorry. I was just. We could just
Yeah.
have that in the background.
So, your father's place is retaken by the populace of the area. There is civilizations within the Earth plane, and your father has not returned. Asking around and whatnot, you do find that your father is actually no more.
I figured as much. And what about like Diamond and Topaz?
You do find them just they've sort of settled into life. Um, Topaz is working as a bouncer. Thoroughly loves her job, and Diamond works for an enchantress.
Well, that's surprising. I would have thought that she would be the one in charge.
I'm sure
But-
she has plans for it, but
Yeah, that's good to know. I'll spend some time talking to both of them and eventually head back to Waterdeep. Form a connection with not connection, form a a connection, make contact with them, and hopefully we won't just be pawns in my father's game anymore. We can actually be a family. Oh, I would also tell them that, Emerald is dead, but I'm pretty sure they know.
oh yeah.
And then, yeah, I'll head back to Waterdeep when I can.
All right.
Has Zane taken over all hell yet?
Yes, as we cut to there, Zane is working behind the scenes with a plot in motion to overthrow Moloch.
Yeah.
It'll be it's one of those several years in the making sort of thing, and because they have all the time in the world. But Zane will eventually dispose of Moloch. Depose, not dispose.
And dispose. Both.
Yeah, and dispose.
Zane becomes one of the lords of hell.
It's his 5-year plan.
Yeah.
10-year plan is to become the king of the kings.
Ooh.
It's gonna take a little bit extra work.
Good
A
luck.
little extra work, he says.
Just a little.
Gotta build an army.
I mean, it's only Asmodeus. It's not a big deal.
That's easy.
We should run Descent into Avernus next, but it's just Zane himself.
Yeah, let me build like a level 30 Zane and then
All right. Anybody else?
about everybody.
Does
It's about everybody, really, isn't it?
Does Oranax get the staff back?
Yes, Oranax does eventually get the staff back, with the help of Onyx forming a connection with Jarlaxle. Jarlaxle is running a very similar operation that Onyx is running, but he's running it in Luskan, far to the north. They do broker deals that very strategically benefit Luskan far more than they do Waterdeep in an effort to get the staff back. Because Jarlaxle is ever the deal maker.
Makes sense.
But on Arnax's behalf, y'all do recover the staff, returning it to Arnax. Arnax grants free passage to the city for Zalafarn, naming him a citizen of Waterdeep.
Nice.
And he becomes a very popular citizen, very well known, and beloved by the city.
I imagine as a dragon, he can't shift.
Do what?
I imagine as a dragon, can he shapeshift or?
Zalafarn cannot. Arnax can.
Zalafarn is too baby to shapeshift.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
Just start feeding him gold coins.
Is he a bronze or a copper dragon? I forgot.
Bronze.
Bill will work very hard to make Zalafarn her best friend.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, best dragon friend. Just to clarify.
Zalafarn does end up on a part-time basis working with the Black Fist, or not Black Fist, the Black Staff's Iron Fist group. Is it Iron Fist? No, that's not right.
What's the Iron Fist group?
Iron Fist doesn't sound right.
It's not Iron Fist, I forget what it is, but it's Blackstaff's.
Yeah, Blackstaff has their
army, I
own
think.
strike force.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Bill does not know about this.
You never asked.
Yep.
Bill,
If we've been doing Waterdeep from level 1, there's a chance to join each of the factions,
Yeah.
and that's one of them.
The Grey Hands. Yes. The organization that answers solely to the Blackstaff is known as the Grey Hands. The Strike Force is known as Force Grey. I don't know where the hell I pulled Iron Fist from.
Force Grey, assemble!
Because you're thinking of the other. There's one that's like close to it,
Flaming Fist.
Fist.
something like
The
that.
Flaming Hand. The guys in Boulder Gates.
Yeah.
After a few years, Owen will find an apprentice, teach him the ways of the forge, and put him in charge, allowing him half the profits, and he will move with his family to Aldani Basin and take over his father's house.
Very nice.
Before
With
you,
Bonnie.
With money.
Because when Bonnie got married, and maybe we had babies.
before you leave your old shop, do you tell your assistants, "May the forge be with you"?
Of course. Of course I do. And I will leave my raven with the forge as well.
Mm.
Because that way, if something happens and he disappears, I'll know. I'll
God,
feel
Raven.
that connection disappear.
Lovely.
Bill would, at the urging of Sid and Reed, who want to go on adventures, find someone to take on the Blackstaff mantle.
Nice. Yeah, Sid and Reed, probably Leo, would all end up becoming a part of Force Grey, I would assume.
Yeah.
At least for a time.
Actually, honestly, he would like to talk to Bill real fast.
Right?
Bill, I know you don't want to be the Blackstaff. I know your friend Sid definitely don't want you to be the Blackstaff. But it would be nice to just, have you around.
Yeah?
And Like, you don't have to be in Waterdeep all the time. You have the ability to teleport back and forth, so you don't really need to give up the position of Blackstaff.
I
And
mean,
Mm.
yes and no. I think the city deserves someone who can be there for it, and someone who really like grew up here and is better with the people than I am. Better
I,
for the people than I am.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry for trying to change your mind.
No, I really appreciate it. I'm still gonna be around.
Just be careful.
You too.
If you ever need me, you know where to find me.
Absolutely.
And that's all Onyx would say.
Bill is going. Oh, actually, wait. Wait, Onyx.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I'm really looking to have Dill get better at the whole like sneaking and that sort of thing. Um, do you think like some of the people in your organization could teach him some things on um being more stealthy and all that kind of stuff?
Didn't you say your friend Sid was good at stealth and was trying to teach you how to be stealthy?
Yes, but Sid does not like it when I want shiny things. I think people in your organization might be more.
Onyx starts to laugh and chuckle a bit and say, "Okay, I get it now. Uh, I will. I will see what I can do."
Dill the pickpocket.
And
Dill's epilogue is he's going to train to be a level 20 rogue, thief rogue.
And supply Bill with enough money to retire.
And if he ever gets caught, the cloak of scintillating colors.
Flashbang.
Yep.
Correct.
because nobody ever expects a creature the size of a rat to shine brighter than the fucking sun.
Hell,
Oh,
he blinded the
Dill.
beholder.
Yeah.
Alright, that's no fair. It's really easy to blind a beholder. They have like 8 eyes and one
They have
giant one in the
advantage on
center.
magical saving throws.
Just throw sand at the eyes. And everything has to be magic. Just throw a rock at his eye, okay?
That was still one of the funniest boss fights of this campaign.
The best boss fight, in my opinion.
Truly a one for the memory books.
Look, a boss fight that can be defeated in more than just "I'm hit it to death" is to me is already like top 10.
How long is everybody planning to adventure?
Sid is probably gonna go till. Well, I don't know how long Sid is gonna do it. Onyx, he's pretty much retiring and just going to run the Xanathar and only go on adventures when he really needs to.
Vill's going to be adventuring for until she gets bored, probably. She's kind of driven by like not very deep emotion.
How long is your lifespan?
What? So, okay, here's also the thing, because I have something for when she does retire. So I do actually need to know when she's too old to do that.
I actually don't know what the lifespan on a changeling is.
I knew it at one time, but I haven't actually looked at their stuff in, well, years at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm grabbing it.
They mature slightly faster than humans, but share a similar lifespan.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
how old are you right now? What is your current age?
She was, I think she was like early 20s.
Okay.
So she still got like a while.
Yeah, and Sidney's a monk. He got timeless body.
Okay. That's
He's-
fair then. So
What
that's
level
gonna
is
be
Timeless
adventuring.
Body?
So
was that on?
Simon,
What level is Timeless Body?
Level 15.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love timeless body. It's like, oh, I don't have to eat, sleep, drink, or worry about aging anymore. Bitching.
so Simon's probably the one who's gonna die first if he doesn't become a god.
No, he's got clones.
Yeah.
He'll die and then just go get a new clone. Rinse
Yeah.
repeat. He won't die as long as he has clones.
Not gonna lie, ever since I read the clone spell, I always wondered, like, why would you ever want to become a lich?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
make
so
clones.
Well, there are good liches.
Oh, I know. I just mean like going through the headache of becoming like a lich or god, or just make clones.
And being that damn ugly. And you can just
problem with
clone
clones,
yourself
and I
and
don't
keep
know
coming
if-
back in your sexy 16s or sexy 18s or whatever, aren't they?
Yeah, the problem with clones, and I don't know if the liches would have the same issue, is your soul can be caught by something else and not go
Yeah.
in your clone.
Yeah. But as long as the clone survives, if it then is released, it's fine.
There's pros and cons to everything. A lich, everyone is trying to kill you. Even if you're a good lich, there's always gonna be that one fanatic who's like, all that thing is bad, and all of it must die, no matter how good they
that
are.
zealot paladin.
Yeah.
Destroy all undead, blah!
Speaking of stuff that can disrupt the soul, Force Grey does return to the tomb and recover any remaining fragments and disposes of the soul monger.
Okay, well, here's the thing that me and Vers spoke about, okay?
Yeah.
If they go back to Omi, okay,
Okay.
there's gonna be a giant horrible worm thing there.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is like super powerful.
Wait, what?
Neolithid? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called.
Find it.
Y'all did not ever dispose of the remnants within the Illithid colony. And the spawning Ceramorphuses,
That thing.
if they are not tended to, one of them becomes dominant, feasting on everything in the area until it becomes massive and destructive.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that sounds like our level 20 game right there.
Not that.
Go back to Chol and clean up your mess.
Neothelid.
Neolithid. Yeah.
Neothelid. That's good, yeah. It's a gargantuan aberration, chaotic evil. So the information, a slime-covered worm of immense size. In Neothelid level is a blah blah. Yeah, if I'm wrong. Okay, yeah. Driven by hunger, they turn to devouring one another. The only tadpole survives 1,000 of the colony pool. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just a colossal ass. I'll send you the picture. Actually, it's horrible.
It's basically a merge of a purple worm and an illithid.
That is disgusting, and I love it, and we could totally take that out.
Has 325 hit points.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah. Its CL's only 13 though, so it's not the most powerful.
It's only got a 120 blind sight.
Yeah, and acid breath.
And can do feeble mind once a day.
Yeah.
And it can levitate at will. Imagine that thing just slithering through the air.
Oh wait, you can do people mind Jesus.
Oh, I hate that idea so much.
I had seriously considered having that waiting outside the tomb, but there wasn't enough time to have passed for it to have happened.
But now there is.
Yeah. So, yeah, Force Grey, after basically cleaning up the tomb, would end up facing that on their way out.
Well, best of luck. Oh yeah, Thark. So Thark is
Yeah.
going to travel with you guys, doing adventures and stuff, and it's going to take many years. But he's looking for a place to settle down. So he's looking for a nice forest or like I don't know, like kind of I guess like a forest would be like the most popular place. Um, and when Thark reaches his like adulthood and he's found that place, he's gonna effectively become a world tree or a great elder tree, I think they're called. So he literally like roots and becomes a colossal, couple 100 feet tall, like 20-foot diameter tree. So big in fact that a lot of the elven people would build their villages underneath his branches. And then he'll proceed to live for thousands of years.
Very nice.
That's so cute.
But if any of you guys were still alive, like you would be welcome within his cove, his grotto, whatever you want to call it.
Cool.
Sid would love to go. Probably wouldn't because he hates elves.
Well, I mean, chances are the elves wouldn't have been settled down by the time when you guys come around.
Fair.
I imagine it would take a little bit for the elves to go, oh, this seems like a nice place.
Takes a minute.
I was gonna say, too bad Owen doesn't know that character that well, because he would say, "Hey, if you go into the Aldani Basin, my family and my generations after me can protect over you as well."
I mean, he might do. I don't know. If it's a very I'm struggling with my
I say because it's very nutrient rich. So
yeah, then maybe he would settle down there.
I mean, we were. You did like the mud and choke, so.
True. Maybe he'll return there after seeing some more of the world. Because the idea with his race is obviously he would eventually set down roots, and then he would create his own offspring, and then they would be brought up, and then they themselves would go off and do their own adventure and find somewhere else to settle down. But that's like many years down the line.
One thing of note, after a few years have passed, the originals, Vil, Sid, Reed, Silren, and Thark, all receive requests to meet at the tavern where you guys originally started this. Returning there, you meet with Irina and can't think of her name. Hold on just a second. I had it just a second ago and it's just gone.
I could love when that happens.
Yep. Madame Ava, the fortune teller from way back. Vil, your relationship with Irina grows and strengthens. Y'all remain in near constant communication, and grow quite close. And she is the one that reaches out for you and some assistance. And Madame Ava informs y'all that the remnants of the dark powers are beginning to resurface. And they need your help in suppressing it again. And through some time spent there and communicating with Madame Ava, you'll learn that this will forever be a problem. That the dark powers cannot ever be truly defeated. And should they not be kept in check, another Strahd-like individual is possible. So that becomes another one of the many responsibilities of the Blackstaff.
How nice would the land be in Barovia now?
Oh, quite
Now that
nice,
it's no longer
actually.
a-
As long as the dark powers are kept suppressed, it begins to grow and prosper.
Maybe Tharp could settle there. It was the first place that he went to. The first place that he had his like a proper adventure. Um, and if the land is becoming more pleasant, maybe his presence there, as he becomes a big tree, would help.
Hmm.
Did Dusko still live there in our campaign?
What?
I can't remember because I'm running Curse of Strahd now. They're the Dusk Elves in Barovia?
Yes.
Would they settle under Thark's branches then? Or do they have their own home?
Actually, the ones that would have remained, a lot of them would have tried to return to the Shadowfell rather than remaining in Prime Material once it left the demiplane. But those that remained, them and the Vistani would probably form the community under Thark in the decades to come.
Yeah, big tree bros.
Woo.
Thark's got a family now. He's a family tree.
Lucky there's a family tree.
So,
He's gonna grow wuka nuts all over.
Yeah.
And they're gonna jingle and shine.
So, long term, we're looking at Thark, Frank, Simon, Sid, and Vil can all live virtually as long as they so choose.
Yeah, because once Vil like officially retires from adventuring, because her body's dying, she turns into an adult copper dragon and lives her days with her horde. She finally ascends to her true form as a dragon.
Does Vil eventually become an ancient dragon?
After probably like 500 years or whatever, then yes. She starts out as an adult dragon because that's how old she is.
Is she gonna tell Vrank where she's gonna go?
Yes. One of the last things is she would tell everyone, "Hey, so I'm done, but I still want to keep living, and I've got this very nice horde I still want to keep, and I still want to keep like seeing you guys. So I'm just gonna turn into a dragon since that's I've kind of been planning this for like decades at this point. Like I have everything set up, we're all good. Yeah.
Wow.
So she can tell everyone important to her.
Vrank will request 1 scale.
What do you need it for?
So I can visit.
Okay.
So he will keep that 1 scale, and he will use that as a teleportation focus whenever he goes to visit Vil.
Heck yeah.
I wonder if Zane can live forever.
Actually, when he does depose, damn it, when he gets rid of Moloch, yeah, essentially the lifespan of a Prince of Hell is eternal, as long as you are not killed in Hell. So
True.
you would be immortal.
Boom. My name's now Diablo.
Diablo Immortal.
And every time Vrank goes to visit Vil, he'll probably try and bring a new shiny from a new place.
Ooh.
Wait, that's so perfect actually. Vil loves this arrangement.
I think Sid he would actually stay in Barovia with Dark and around the time when he becomes free, but he would always visit Vil whenever he gets the chance to.
I mean, Vil's a dragon, and Barovia is now on the prime material plane, so she'll just fly over. She still plans to like have like be a part of cities, and like she doesn't want to be like a hermit dragon. Um, like she cares about her horde, but when she's gone, she just has Dill chilling inside her cave or wherever she has it to make sure like no one comes by.
Smart.
Given a few hundred years, Thark would be big enough that you could literally perch on one of his branches.
Yeah, but given a few hundred years, Sid would be dead.
Well, yeah, but I mean, dragon wouldn't. Lil wouldn't.
No, that's true.
Well, I think that brings our adventure to an end.
Yeah. One of the offspring of Thark we call Sidling.
He'll be called what?
Sidling.
Sidling.
Like seedling, but Sid.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sid getting all the love.
That's good. I like it.
That was really good. I'm glad like I was sorry that twice even in the future.
So we're gonna be back for next week for a whole new campaign?
DM's ready. He's had months to plan.
So,
No, God, no!
so
When did we start talking about a new campaign?
it's been a while.
At least since December.
That's
I feel like it's been before December.
Since
Yeah, it
the
was-
October. I'm going back in the chat. Don't you worry.
oh yeah, it was a while back. Last summer, I think.
Devious plans.
9-9 I'm seeing so far. I'm not done yet, guys. The first message was on 8-10 for talking about the new campaign.
So we had actually started talking before that.
Yeah,
So
we-
probably
we've-
July.
We've mentioned it way before.
So you have had months to plan.
I know. But I'm gonna be taking an indefinite break from D&D.
Makes sense.
This campaign's been 2.5 years, but I think I have had at least one game running since 2013.
Jesus.
That's a lot of games.
2015. I've had at least one regular game going. So, yep. I
It's alright
am.
for some. God.
Do I?
It's alright for some. God.
Yeah.
I run 3 games a week.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
It helps that I get paid for 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, that would help.
Yeah, monetary compensation does a hell of a lot.
It does. Also allows my wife to let me keep doing them.
But
Yeah, you don't get paid. Your wife gets paid.
6 to 1, half dozen the other.
yeah. So who knows? Maybe 3-4 months down the road, I'm gonna get bored and want to roll some more dice with y'all. But
Yeah,
Y'all-
the chat's always going to be there, so
Oh, yeah.
we'll still be here.
so
If anybody wants to do any one shots or anything, just throw them in there.
and y'all absolutely do not feel bad about joining any other games at this time slot. It's free. Go have fun. I've had a blast, y'all.
If you do pick back up, I'll drop that game.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Same.
Same here.
I have had an absolute blast, y'all.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good fun.
I honestly did not expect this when we started back then.
Well, when the group was like, we're looking for a DM. Does anybody want DM for us? And you're like, yeah, I suppose I
Yeah,
could
'cause
DM
some
for you guys.
jerk quit DMing for a while there.
I know.
I was like, ooh, I've really been wanting to do Curse of Stride.
Yeah. And then literally, like, what was it, like 4 weeks in, there was character changing? Because I changed my character, if I changed his character.
Well, I accidentally TPK'd y'all like 5 weeks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't really like completely blame you.
I mean, to be fair, like,
It was only like the 6th or 7th session,
yeah, it wasn't
if that
Yeah.
far.
To be fair, I debate TPK in my Tuesday and Wednesday group every session.
What do you mean?
They're just crazy people, and I love them. But I facepalm at least 10 times each session. They're ridiculous.
Yeah. And like the reason why we TPK'd was because was mainly because like Reed and was it you Thark as well? Someone was exploring and then got caught in a fight when the rest of us wasn't there.
No, I think it was Silverin. Silverin ran up there. Like, he went to the back. And then
Might have worked
aggroed
him.
everything. And then we all came rushing in to help him.
Yeah.
And Thark ran and face tanked 2 of them while someone, like Sid was face tanking another. And then everybody else was trying to like do some range stuff. And then me and you went down just because we got ruined. And then that was it. It was just sort of like, yep, that's
No,
it.
it was me and Bill. We were the last one standing.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember
that
that.
was so quick because it was just like up front. It was like taking on 2 of them. It was like, I got this. It didn't go well.
No, it did not.
We did not get this.
Yeah.
I'm doing Strahd for my Tuesday group, and they went into the basement of the church.
Yep.
And one of my players got too close to the vampire spawn down there and almost died, and would have been converted if they buried him. And they ended up having to run away because he just kept regaining too much health because they didn't have any radiant. It's 3 paladins and a fighter, and it's just hilarious. Nobody has
Wait.
any passive perception. They
Wait,
used all their spell slots.
Okay,
Yeah.
They
okay.
used all their spell slots, and they had nothing left for them.
I was about to say, how do you have 2 paladins and no radiant damage?
3 paladins.
3 paladins. My-
3 paladins.
3 paladins of fire. Wow.
And only one of them actually divine smited.
Should
The
have
other
used,
ones
should have
blew their
used
spell
divine
slots.
favor.
Blew their spell slots doing other things.
Yeah,
That's
should have used divine favor.
All right. Fuhrer, are you gonna keep streaming after this? Anything?
Yeah.
All right.
Can play some more Final Fantasy VII, I'm thinking.
All right. If you want to get that ready, I can send the raid your direction.
Yeah, I'll stop my recording.
And shout out to my patrons: Crystal Clark, Dina Holloway, Brianna Gary, Allison Nesbitt, Charlie, and Wanda the World Destroyer. Thank y'all for y'all's support.
Wonder the World Destroyer. That's
I
a
know,
good
I love
name.
it. So this week, Thursday, I am going back to the Talos Principle, trying to get really
Yes.
close to the 3rd and final ending. Really excited about that. And then I'm going to take Friday off. But I'm going to probably, with this game ending, I'm going to have some schedule changes coming. So y'all stay tuned on Twitter, probably. That's where I'll update.
Game info, something you guys might like. There's a new game coming out called Biomutant. It's very pricey. It's £55, so like, I don't know, $65, $70 on that. So very pricey, but it's looking good.
Biomutant. I will check that out.
My partner was just talking about that game like yesterday, I think. He's excited for it.
Yeah, it does look pretty dope. I'm not gonna spend that much money on it. That's a lot of money for it.
Keep an eye
even
on
for
it.
like AAA stuff. But yeah, if it goes down on sale or something, maybe.
I will
Yeah,
check
you
that out.
Play a little furry creature. Pretty cool.
All right, so let's set this raid up. Yep. I always have to double check the spelling because I'm a writer, not a speller. But thank you all again. Y'all have a wonderful week as you settle into Mondays. But goodbye, everybody. I'll go send some love to Furitar. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night.